when the world seemed to stop, we carry on. Continue to dream and create. We don't just work with what we know. We innovate to adapt, so you can drive your career forward. We don't just make you feel welcome. We provide everyone an equal opportunity to succeed. We don't stop at just enough. We go extra to care and provide, so you can brave the world safely. Times aren't the same, but we've always been different. We are concentrics. We dream different. We create different. We embrace different.
Elsevier Philippines provides quality services to all Relics Group divisions worldwide. It started its operations last 2010. As the business matured through the years, so does our company's vision and mission. Equipped with comprehensive training and leading technology, our vision is to be the center of excellence with uniquely branded culture, engaged talent, and leading technology. Our mission is to help customers gain insights and achieve results in faster, more effective ways. We support our business partners with services that deliver innovative solutions, superior outcomes, and exceptional customer experience which is aligned with our employee value proposition, valuing what matters to all our unique customers.
In 2014, we launched our employee value proposition, and that is valuing what matters. We value what matters to our employees by acknowledging that our professional, engaged, and fun people are at the heart of our success as an organization. We value customers by putting them in the center of everything that we do, helping them to gain insights and achieve results in faster and more effective ways. We value our stakeholders by providing them with services that deliver innovative solutions, superior outcomes, and exceptional customer experience.
We provide exceptional customer experience and contribute to help our organization become the center of excellence with uniquely branded culture, engaged talents, and leading technology. We value our people and customers. Their hard-won loyalty is important to us. We commit to provide our customers the quality service they deserve by having the passion for winning. We practice boundarylessness by making every experience uniquely REPH through teamwork and collaboration with our customers across different industries around the world. We promote customer focus by putting our customers in the center of every decision we make, and we continuously find innovative ways to exceed their expectations.
As we now fully embrace the challenge of creating an effortless customer experience, all of us here in Reed Elsevier Philippines, regardless of division or function, must contribute to improving the customer experience because everything we do impacts our customers. We all own the customer experience in every customer touchpoint, in every step of our customer's journey. Our global CX vision is to provide our customers with an effortless customer experience. This depends on every one of us as REPH employees, as well as Relics team members. You are the customer experience.
I'm Vixie, the automated recruitment assistant of VXI Philippines. Do you want to know how to jumpstart an awesome career? Join VXI and be part of the International ICT Award 2019's Best Employer of the Year finalist, Best Company of the Year, Best Contact Center, Most Innovative Company of the Year for 2 years, Hall of Fame for Best Contact Center and BPO Company of the Year for 2017, 2018, and 2019. We are hiring account representatives for customer service, sales, and technical support. Find us in a site near you. Quezon City, Makati City, Mall of Asia, Pasay, Clark, Pampanga, and Davao City. Enjoy a competitive compensation package and industry best incentives. Apply via Facebook Messenger at VXIPH. Email us at careersph@vxi.com. Text your full name, location, and preferred interview schedule to 0917-777-5555 for Luzon and 0965-932-9745 or 0961-757-8361 for Davao. We can't wait to have you on the team soon. Apply now!
Good day and welcome back, schoolmates! Muling nagbabalik ang inyong paboritong online tambayan dito sa ating pamantasan.
Magkakatid ka naman ng everything you have to know, ang Elsevier.
Tampok ang mga nakaka-proud at uwarang PUPians. Ako naman si Sir Dennis.
At muli niyo kaming makakasama dito sa
Pinakausap-usapan sa pamantasan! Ano ba yan, Ma'am Yen? Bakit dadalawa na lang tayo?
Alam mo, Sir Dennis, huwag kang malungkot. Kasi may inimbitahan ako ngayong freshie na makakasama natin ngayong episode na to.
Talaga lang ha, freshie ha. Sige nga, introduce mo.
Ito, ipapakilala ko na sa Sir. Let's all welcome Nina Citera!
Wow! Hello, freshie! Hello!
Fresh na fresh ha!
Fresh. Fresh ka lagi, gano'n.
Yeah, diba?
Speaking of fresh, kumusta naman pag first year?
Actually, okay na okay. Nag-aaral ako ng mabuti.
Siyempre dapat na, PUP yan eh. diba?
Correct. At alam mo ba, talaga namang proud na proud ako dyan sa mga person natin kasi talagang porsigido silang malaman kung ano nga ba itong pamantasan ito.
Tama. At alam niyo ba, dapat advance tayo mag-isip, hindi lamang tungkol sa ating pamantasan, Sir Dennis.
Yes, tama yan.
Correct.
At alam niyo, para makadagdag kaalaman, at advance tayo mag-isip, syempre
Neil.
isang paraan doon ay yung pagbabasa. Diba? Hindi ba kami yung nagbabasa?
Actually, hobby ko yung pagbabasa eh. Kung wala ka ako ngayon, sa library ako.
Tama.
Talaga lang.
Alam mo ba kung nasa ng library ng May?
Joke hindi. Siyempre sa NALLRs.
Okay.
Dapat bilang freshie ka ng May.
Oo.
At alam mo ba, hindi lang library ang meron sa NALLRs.
Tumpak, ganun. Correct.
Ay, be? Gusto ko yan, ma'am?
Oo. At para malaman mo kung ano-ano nga ba ang opisina at colleges na nandito, panoorin natin.
Hi schoolmates! Nandito ako ngayon sa Ninoy Aquino Library and Learning Resources Center kung saan madalas tumambay ang mga PUP upang mag-research, magbasa at gumawa ng assignment. Pero bukod dito, alam niyo ba ang kwento sa makasaysayang NALLRC building na ito? Everything you have to know, dito sa Now You Know.
Research sa books pag nag-search na assignment.
Papatawag.
Bulwagan, malagtas. Para sa marketing.
Taong 1988, nasimulang itayo ang dalawang palapag na gusali sa ilalim noon ng pamumuno ni dating PUP President Nemesio E. Prudente. At sa taong 1990 naman, nang maisakatuparan ang pagtatayo ng gusali at tinawag itong PUP University Library. Hindi rin nagtagal, taong 2001 nang palitan muli ang pangalan nito ng Ninoy Aquino Learning Resources Center. Makalipas din ng 2 taon, ito ay opisyal na tinawag ng Ninoy Aquino Library and Learning Resource Center.
Before, yung ating library ay small library na 2-story building at the back of the chapel na ngayon ay ginagamit ng nutrition. It was conceptualized by Dr. Prudente himself. Over 1 year and several months, natapos yan. It is not just a library, but it is a library complex. Meaning, maglalagay dyan isang maliit na museum at merong theater nga. At yun nga ang ginawang balagtas.
Pero alam nyo ba na bukod sa library, ay dito rin matatagpo ng ilang mahalagang opisina ng sintang paaralan.
Sa first floor, matatagpuan ang isa sa kilalang kolehiyo sa universidad. Ito ay ang College of Law. Ang main entrance ng gusali at mga opisina gaya ng ICTO, Quality Assurance Center, at Open University Management System naman ang bubungan sa second floor. Sa third floor naman, makikita ang pinaka-importanting bahagi ng gusali, ang main library na nahati sa iba't ibang pasilidad. Open University System, Multimedia Center, Film Viewing Room, Bulwagang Bonifacio at Bulwagang Balagtas naman ang bumubuo sa ika-4 na palapag.
Now you'll know, patunay ng Ninoy Aquino Library and Learning Resources Center serves as PUP's gateway to Global Information Society. Kaya naman, isa ito sa mga pundasyon at pasilidad na dapat nating pangalagaang mga PUPian para sa sintang paaralan.
Yun naman pala ang kwento sa likod ng
Yes.
Ngayon alam ko na. Yes, sa next episode naman sa kwento ng sa harap.
Nakakatawa yun. Pero hindi sir, may iba tayo. Ngayon alam ko na talaga na may mga offices pala dito sa NIL. That's
Tama
good.
nga, hindi lang library lang nandyan. At dapat alam nyo yung mga fresh kasi kakailanganin yung mga servisyo nila sa pagdating ng panahon.
Tsaka yung mga friends din nagkakaroon ng problema sa SIS. Kasi lang kasi sa ICTO. Meron din College of Law.
Yes, marami pang services at opisina.
At dahil dyan, clap, clap, clap para sa NALRC. Napagod ako sa ka-clap, clap, clap. Biglang nagutom ako eh. Nagutom ako.
Ito na nga, katabi ng NALRC ay ang lagoon.
Ah, yeah, that's
Maraming
right.
kainan dyan.
Yes, sobrang dami.
Dami ko rin paborito. Anything.
Ako dyan. Ano ba, rice?
Actually, may word din yung corn dog sir.
Ay, nako, yung corn dog.
Ang gusto
Gusto
ko
ko yun.
burger yan. Madaling lutuin.
Gusto ko kumain ng burger.
Oo, mabilis kasi luto ng
Ay,
burger.
yan. Tamang-tama na pag-usapan ng burger.
Yes.
Gusto nyo ba malaman, ma'am? Okay, para sa inyo sir and ma'am at sa mga nagtatanong kung saan ba matatagpuan ng mga best burgers sa PUP,
Wow.
sasagutin natin yan sa
PUP Frequently Asked Questions!
What's up, PUPians? I am Zed and I'll be your school buddy na sasagot sa inyong frequently asked questions only here at PUP Fox. Hi schoolmates! Sa dami-dami ng mga pagkain dito sa ating sintang paaralan, sigurado ako na medyo ang hirap pumili. Pero pasok na pasok ang burgers dahil swak sa budget, patok sa PUPian at swak sa panlasa ng ating mga schoolmates. Kaya kung usaping burger lang naman, ako ang bahala para sagutin ang frequently asked question number 1. Saan nga ba merong best burgers na patok sa ating mga PUPian? Itong first burger natin ay mapapapaypay kasi naglalagablab nilang burgers. Introducing Varda, ang burger joint na meron 26 branches at isa sa mga yon ay nandito sa ating sintang paaralan. Dito, patok ang mga school-inspired menu na fit para sa ating mga schoolmates. Para naman sa mga basketball fans, time out muna tayo and let's visit this burger court. Grilla Burgers located at G. Araneta Street, corner Arellano. Kilala sila sa pagkakaroon ng mga basketball-inspired na menu at mala slam dunk na flavors, authentic burgers at fresh grilled burger na sulit sa budget. Ang susunod namang burger bistro sa ating list ay para sa mga schoolmates natin sa COC, SEA at ITEC, ang G-Spot. So mga schoolmates, bisitahin ang kanilang cozy bistro at tikman ang kanilang Instagram-worthy quirky burgers and side dishes. Sigurado ako na ito ang next spot na inyong tambayan. O ayan mga schoolmates, ilan lang yan sa mga patok na burger place para sa inyo. Ano pa ang hinihintay at mag-burger hopping na with your barkada? Hanggang sa muli, I'll be your school buddy na sasagot sa inyong frequently asked questions. Only here at PUP Fox.
Burger! Bibili ako mamaya niya.
Tambay ako dyan lagi, alam mo ako nagpupunta mama.
Yes,
Tama, salamat din. At bago pa man tayo mabusog sa burgers na yan, bubusuin ko muna kayo sa balitang may nag-top notch na naman sa licensure examination.
Alam ko yan.
At ginanap ko yung 2018.
Alam ko yan, Neil. Alam mo ba? Itong batang ito sobrang porsigido niya sa pag-aaral. At sa pagpupursige niya, alam niyo kung ano nangyari?
Anong nangyari, Sir Den?
Naging top 1 lang naman siya sa 2018 Architecture Licensure Examination.
Hindi basta-basta kasi top 1 talaga.
Sa Pilipinas ito.
Precisely.
PUP yan.
Exactly. Kaya naman huwag na natin patagalin pa. Kilalanin nga natin ni schoolmates ang ating pong top-notcher na si Paolo Gabriel Martires. Ito ang Tatak PUP yan!
I'm architect Paolo Gabriel Martires from PUP. Bali nung una, may nag-send sa akin ng friend tong screenshot. So, akala ko talaga nung una edited lang. So, hindi ako naniwala. And then, nung verify ko, syempre naiyak. Nag-iyakan kami sa bahay ng parents ko. It was the best feeling talaga. I dreamed about it. I wanted it, but I really did not expect na aabot ako ng top. Mahirap siya, actually, kasi sobrang tricky nung questions. Lahat ng choices sobrang similar. And then, sa review, parang 50% lang yung lumabas. Then, yung others based sa experience. For future examinees, huwag kayo magmadali. And then, ipon talaga ng experience kasi sobrang valuable ng lahat ng lessons na natututunan sa real world sa trabaho. Nakaunang challenge na nakita ko, na experience ko is ang daming mas magaling sa akin nung pumasok ko. So, parang nung una, nag-struggle talaga ako with self-doubt and insecurities, ganyan. But I took it as a challenge na not to compete with them, but to compete with myself. Parang automatic kasi na pag pumasok ka na PUP, kailangan mo maging resourceful. So, and lahat naman ng professors sa CAFA, sobrang willing na magbigay ng tulong in any way possible. So, kahit naman naging struggle siya, naging okay naman yung experience overall. Accept every challenge kasi you'll never know someday in the future, lahat ng matututunan mo from those challenges, magagamit mo. Just like nung exam, lahat ng mga akala ko dati problema lang or hindi ko kaya, lumabas siya sa board exam. Ako si Paolo Gabriel T. Martires from the College of Architecture and Fine Arts, top 1 sa Architecture Licensure Examination, the top PUP yan.
Wow! Marami nakaka-inspire!
Nakaka-inspire talaga sobra.
Na-inspire ka ba?
Ay, sana all.
Sana nga na-inspire din natin ang ating mga scholar ng bayan. At malay mo, ikaw nang susunod na top 1 sa licensure exam.
At sana hindi lang na-inspire ang ating mga schoolmates, di ba? Sana nasagot din ang inyong mga katanungan.
That's
Diba,
good.
Neil?
Yes, kagaya ko, sobrang dami kong nalaman sa episodes natin.
At hindi na nalaman at meron pa natupad ng pangarap. Yes! Host ng PUP Grade
At para pa madagdagan ng inyong kaalaman, dapat nanonood kayo lagi ng pinakausap-usapan sa pamantasan.
Yes, tama kasi Mami. At yung mga schoolmates kung gusto nyo maging updated sa mga latest usap-usapan, make sure that you are following our social media.
Tama ka dyan, Neil. Just search www.facebook.com/PUPCreativity or follow us on Twitter at PUPCreativity.
And don't forget to watch this episode and previous episodes on our YouTube channel at PUP Creativity at mag-subscribe na rin kayo, schoolmates.
Correct. Ayan naman mga schoolmates, hanggang sa susunod nating usapan dito sa inyong paboritong online tambayan, ito ang Pinakausap-usapan sa Pamantasan!
Dito ako ngayon sa Ninoy Aquino sa NALLRC na building na ito. Everything you have to know.
Ayan na! Nagutom ako doon. Nagutom ako. Burger!
Yes, parang nag-grade ako ng burger.
Oo. Ano ba yan, Ma'am Gel? Ma'am Gel. Bakit nadalawa na lang tayo?
Welcome to the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, the country's first Polytechnic U. PUP is a state-run university governed by the Republic Act 8292, known as the Higher Education Modernization Act of 1997, and its implementing rules and regulations contained in the Commission on Higher Education Memorandum Circular No. 4, Series of 1997. It is home to more than 70,000 students, making it the largest state university in the Philippines in terms of student population. It is the university's commitment to give qualified and talented students access to quality and responsive education to aid them in the achievement of their dreams and the improvement of their lives. True to its commitment of making education accessible to all, the university has strategically established campuses and branches all over Luzon. Boasts of its roster of 1,483 full-time and part-time faculty members and 707 administrative employees. The faculty members and employees perform the collective goal of training, servicing, and supporting the university's stakeholders. From its humble beginnings in 1904, PUP was originally established as the Manila Business School primarily for the training of personnel for government service and to provide skills needed for private employment. 4 years later, the Manila Business School was renamed Philippine School of Commerce or PSC and merged with the Philippine Normal School from 1933 to 1946. Through the virtue of Republic Act 778, PSC was renamed to Philippine College of Commerce or PCC in 1952. In April 1, 1978, PCC was converted into a chartered state university now known as the Polytechnic University of the Philippines by virtue of Presidential Decree Number 1341. PUP truly has come a long way from a business school to a premier polytechnic university, the very first in the country. Every year, around 50,000 graduating high school students, mostly from economically challenged families, take the Polytechnic University of the Philippines College Entrance Test or PUP set and hope to become one of the 10,000 who will be given a chance to be new PUPians. At present, the university offers more than 80 programs in the graduate and undergraduate levels with its strategic direction of making the colleges vertically articulated. Graduate School, College of Accountancy and Finance, College of Arts and Letters, College of Architecture and Fine Arts, College of Business Administration, College of Communication, College of Computer and Information Sciences, College of Education, College of Engineering, College of Law, College of Political Science and Public Administration, College of Social Sciences and Development, College of Science, College of Tourism, Hospitality and Transportation Management, College of Human Kinetics, Institute of Technology. PUP further strengthens its open university system through expanded tertiary education equivalency and accreditation program and the non-traditional system program. It caters to borderless educational system that aims to reach many learners as possible. For more than a century of existence, countless outstanding achievements have raised PUP to the level of a national comprehensive university. With a vision to transform the university into an epistemic community, PUP subscribes to the idea that a university should have an extensive research and extension development culture. Each year, PUP surpasses national passing rate in licensure examinations and ranks among the top in different academic disciplines. PUP has also institutionalized academic exchange and international cooperation with various countries all over the world through its Office of International Affairs. Today, PUP is relishing its successes and its students are enjoying unprecedented academic opportunities. An enhanced campus environment, upgraded colleges, state-of-the-art technology, and nationally and internationally recognized programs. It has gone far from what it was more than a century ago. This is mainly due to the support given by the government, the PUP community, and its benefactors. With the combined efforts, PUP will continue to be a partner in nation building and in poverty alleviation for the marginalized sector of the society, with quality, responsive, and relevant education as a tool. PUP, the country's first Polytechnic U.
Allow me to share with you my vision for the university. I envision PUP to become the pioneering and leading national polytechnic university in the 21st century. With a national polytechnic university status, it will bring more opportunities for the university to further strengthen its academic programs and improve organizational performance as an institution for higher education. In pursuit for this vision, my mission for PUP is for it to recognize its catalytic role for national development. PUP will ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities through a re-engineered polytechnic education. By re-engineering, we look into the existing processes and programs in order to achieve higher quality of academic programs and services following the principles of effectiveness and efficiency. With this mission in mind, I have formulated 10 pillars as my reform agenda for the university. Pillar 1, Dynamic, Transformational, and Responsible Leadership. Empower academic and administrative leaders by following the core principles of good governance to create collective growth and unity. Here I would like to highlight an innovation by introducing the development of an integrity management plan to assess, plan, and implement anti-corruption strategies that will secure the institution against corruption and abuse. Likewise, asset management and resource generation will be aggressively pursued to ensure productivity and finance the implementation of the plans and projects for the university. Pillar 2, Responsive and Innovative Curricula and Instruction. We aim to provide world-class polytechnic education that responds to national and global needs by developing intellectually challenging curricula and design academic programs that are based on industry demands to provide the learners with adequate and relevant competencies and skills and prepare them for a successful and rewarding careers. In a rapidly changing world, we recognize the paradigm shift in curriculum to outcome-based education with lifelong learning approach. Pillar 2 also sits on the framework of internationalization of Philippine higher education through transnational education by promoting academic mobility among faculty and students and global dimension into the curricula and teaching process. Pillar 3, Enabling and Productive Learning Environment. Following education in Industry 4.0, we aim to increase and enhance the use of new technology to enable student learning and engagement, as well as advanced teaching process and methodology through new and state-of-the-art facilities that will support the overall learning and teaching experience in the university. Pillar 3 likewise includes campus development and the provision of conducive learning centers and facilities for students and faculty. Pillar 4, Holistic Student Development and Engagement. We will empower students as well as rounded learners and active young leaders as we open opportunities for various academic mobility and venues for honing skills and personal development, being the principal stakeholder of the university. Recognize academic freedom as a form of self-expression and a platform to showcase students' intellect, skills, and creativity. Pillar 5, Empowered Faculty Members and Employees. Likewise, we are looking into the holistic development of our faculty and employees as productive, competent, and experts in their respective fields. We will encourage our faculty roster through formal education, capacity building, research and extension initiatives, faculty immersion, and other academic engagements, both local and abroad. We will ensure that both our faculty and employees will have a vibrant career development path as public servants in this state university. Pillar 6. Vigorous research production and utilization. We will continue to strengthen the research culture in the university by promoting discovery and innovation through increasing disciplinary and collaborative research integration across academic disciplines to create new knowledge, utilize research findings, and develop innovative products. Pillar 7. Global academic standards and excellence. Achieve the highest levels of recognition in quality and compliance standards from CHED, AACUP, and other international accrediting and regulatory bodies for higher education. We will intensify our efforts to achieve and sustain better academic performance and continue to excel as a top-performing school in various professional licensure examinations and produce board top-notchers, as well as sustain our status of being the most preferred graduates of employers. Likewise, we aim to establish and to be recognized as centers of development and excellence in our academic programs. Pillar 8. Synergistic, productive strategic networks and partnerships. Synergize and forge strategic linkages and partnerships across all sectors of society and the global community in line with the overall plans and programs of the university. Establish alliance with the government, industry sector, NGOs, and the academe will lead to resource sharing, program support, and research collaborations beneficial for all. Pillar 9. Active and sustained stakeholders engagement. Harness a healthy and harmonious organization by empowering all its stakeholders, both internal and external, through open communication networks, consultative and participative undertakings, and team-building activities, recognizing that all stakeholders can greatly contribute towards the betterment of the university. Pillar 10. Sustainable social development programs and projects. Expand access to education, knowledge building, and information dissemination through sharing of expertise and resources for community development. Support inclusivity approach in education by embarking on Education on Wheels, which aims to bring access to education closer to communities, following the principle of no one will be left behind. As the University of the People, we should bring the university closer to their hearts to serve their needs and extend assistance in mainstreaming public service. Our institution must continue to stand as one for the values that we have inculcated. For the past 115 years, we have exemplified our quest for truth, excellence, equity, relevance, effectiveness, integrity, and academic freedom. Lastly, I call upon each and everyone to join me in this journey. Together we stand as one para sa sintang paaralan para sa ating bayan.
Noon pa man, malaki na ang naging bahagi ng mga kababaihan sa lipunang Pilipino. Kaisa sila sa marubdob na paghahangad ng kalayaan ng ating lahi. Kabilang sila sa paglinang ng ating makulay na sining at mayamang kultura. Kasapi sila sa pagtataguyod ng mga adhikain ng kapwa mamamayan at sa pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan ng lipunan. Katuwang sila sa pagtuklas sa mga larangan ng agham at medisina. Kapanalig sila sa pagpapairal ng batas, karapatan at katarungan para sa lahat. Kabahagi sila sa paglilingkod sa bayan at sa pagpapanatili ng demokrasyang Pilipino. Sa paglipas ng panahon, hindi nagmaliw ang kanilang pag-ibig sa ating inang bayan. Mga kababayan, ito ang alay ng mga kababaihang Pilipino para sa bayan. Tumayo po tayong lahat at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Ayaw magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Lumang hiniram, dulot ka ng magiging, sa manlulubi, di ka masisingil, sa lahat ng lubog, sa silang at sa lalim mong babang, may ginagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isang ng patawad mo'y talumpay na naglilingin, ang ituwing na araw na kailan pa may madilim. Lupa ng araw ng 100% buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya ng pagpay makahangin ng dahil sa'yo.
Hi, I'm Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, Director of the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. The role of our office is to keep connections among students and alumni, provides complete range of services to students, alumni, and employers in the area of career development, graduates and professional schools preparations, employee relations, and campus recruitment. We also provide alumni and students with the tools and resources to help find success in all professional endeavors. To all freshmen, please come and visit us. Our office is located at N209 North Wing 2nd floor.
Magandang hapon pala. So, good afternoon guys. Good afternoon mga kaisko at kaiska. So, I hope kumain na kayong lahat. So, alam kong punong-puno ngayong hapong to ang ating discussion kasi meron tayong dalawang industry partners na makakasama ngayon. Ang Red Elsevier at ang DXI Philippines. Okay, so let me acknowledge the present ng ating mga kaisko at kaistaka galing sa PUP Lofes. We also do have from PUP Main, PUP San Pedro Laguna, PUP Mulanay. We also do have from, tingnan natin kung saan pa sila, PUP Santa Maria, at para sa ating host college ngayon, ang College of Parañaque pala nandito. So, from the College of Political Science and Public Administration and the College of Business, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat and welcome to this Career Development Webinar. So guys, okay. So, andito na ating industry partner ngayon. Magandang hapon sa atin namang Facebook page or Career Center Facebook page na mga nanonood at naka-standby sa atin. Magandang hapon and welcome to this webinar. So, Let me share my screen para po sa ating virtual etiquette. We do have 2 participants for today's event. 1 participant is our Zoom participants. So welcome guys, welcome mga kaisko at kaiska. So please remember to keep your microphone always on mute while the webinar proper is ongoing. And always remember that we are currently on live stream. So you can participate, you can post your question, interact with our speaker for your comment, suggestion, and insight by raising your hand or using the Zoom chat. So we'll be addressing those questions and at the same time comments and comments and suggestion po after the webinar. Or halimbawa naman po, may tanong kayo sa speaker, pa-raise na lang po yung mga hands nyo para po kayo mismo ang makapagtanong sa ating speaker. Para naman po sa ating stream participants, welcome, welcome. So sa ating PUP Career Center Facebook page participants. So guys, kung hindi pa kayo naka-like at naka-follow sa aming PUP Career Center Facebook page, pa-follow po at pa-like. So at least may share nyo yung or kahit na sabihin natin, sige, kahit na po hindi taga PUP, pwede nyong i-share lahat ng mga informations at mga job vacancies na nakapost po sa ating PUP Career Center Facebook page. So for our stream participants naman po, you can use the comment section of this live for comments, suggestions, and insights. Kindly introduce yourself by stating your name, course, and section. We will be monitoring and including this question during the webinar. So para sa lahat, please make sure to accomplish the evaluation form flash at the Zoom chat or the comment section of the PUP Career Center Facebook page at the end of the session. So your digital certificate will be released 2 to 3 weeks after the conduct of this webinar and will be given to those who attended, participated, and accomplished the evaluation form given at the end of the session. Just take note, guys, that this link will be only accessible 6 hours after the webinar. Okay. So without any further ado guys, atin ang ipakilala ang ating industry speaker for today. Okay, but first, let's watch the APP of our industry speaker.
Hello, I'm Vixie, the automated recruitment assistant of VXI Philippines. Do you want to know how to jumpstart an awesome career? Join VXI and be part of the International ICT Award 2019's Best Employer of the Year finalist, Best Company of the Year, Best Contact Center, Most Innovative Company of the Year for 2 years, Hall of Fame for Best Contact Center and BPO Company of the Year for 2017, 2018, and 2019. We are hiring account representatives for customer service, sales, and technical support. Find us in a site near you. Quezon City, Makati City, Mall of Asia, Pasay, Clark, Pampanga, and Davao City. Enjoy a competitive compensation package and industry best incentives. Apply via Facebook Messenger at VXIPH. Email us at careersph@vxi.com. Text your full name, location, and preferred interview schedule to 0917-777-5555 for Luzon and 0965-932-9745 or 0961-757-8361 for Davao. We can't wait to have you on the team soon. Apply now!
Okay, so our industry partners provides innovative and transformative customer care and customer experience solution to a world-leading brand. So to discuss about career competency, let's welcome Miss Christine Teoxon, Talent Acquisition Officer of BXI Global Holdings BV. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, PUP. Hello. Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Audible naman po.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody is, had already had lunch na, and you guys are, comfortable where you are. Again, good afternoon. Happy Friday. My name is Chrissy. You can call me Chrissy. My real name is Christine, but you can call me Chrissy. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, before I begin, I'd like to formally introduce myself. Yeah, so that's my name. You can call me Chrissy. I've been with VXI for a couple of years now, and I am currently, I'm a member of our talent acquisition department. So, in layman's term, for majority of the people know that department as the recruitment department. So we are the team that welcomes applications and does the interviews and screen candidates to check who are those who will be eligible to join our organization. So I've been with the VXI again for a couple of years now. And yeah, and today I'm here with you to discuss about career competencies. Okay, so when we say career competencies, let's get right through it. These are competencies that you will need so that we'll be successful in our careers. Okay, this is not only applicable to students who are who will be soon looking for a job. It's applicable to everyone who are members of the workplace. Okay, so before we start though, I'd like to let us differentiate what is a competency from skill. Kasi these two words are oftentimes confused by people because they somehow have the same content, the same context, but in essence, they are different. So if we're going to define this two, okay, skill and competency, skill is the ability to do something. So when an interviewer asks you what are your skills, you say I have computer skills, I have communication skills. That's your ability to be able to do something. However, when we say competency naman, competencies are combination of skills, behavior, attitude, and knowledge on how you can deliver on a specific task. Okay, so let me give you an example. For example, we're looking for a pianist, someone who plays the piano, right? So the skill of the pianist is that person can play the piano, okay, has that ability. But if you are looking for a pianist who can play, say for example, in front of a crowd, you're not only looking for someone who can play the piano, you're also looking for someone who is confident to play in front of a crowd, someone who has good stress tolerance, just in case the piano, started not working or there may be technical issues, how will that person handle that situation? So skill is the part where the person knows how to play the piano, but competencies will be how can that person use that skill and deliver a specific task. Okay? Another example, a person can use say Microsoft Excel. A person can use Microsoft Excel. That's the skill, okay? But the competency there is being able to use Excel to interpret data. So it's a lot more broader. And if you're going to compare the two, skill is what? What can you do? While competency is the how. How are you going to do it? So that's the difference between the two. And today, the focus of this topic is competencies. So we will focus on the how. How are you going to be able to do something using the skill that you have, right? Okay, so let's start with the first competency. The first competency is communication competence. Okay, so obviously the skill is communication skills, right? So communication competence is engaging in communication with others that is both effective and appropriate. So if you are a communicatively competent person, you can share your idea and message, okay, in a clear and specific manner. That's how would you define a communicatively competent person, okay? So, I have narrowed down two examples or two factors that makes you communicatively competent. Number one, you have to be able to relay complex information or complex message into a simpler message. Somebody who is able to somebody who's able to break down ideas to make the message, received by the receiver in a simpler manner. Mas simple, mas hindi masyadong maraming palabok, but the message is right there. Sometimes kasi there are people who communicate, with a lot to say, but at the end of the day, leaves the receiver of the message confused, right? So that's a communicatively competent person. Kailangan that person was able to deliver the message in a simple, concise manner. And that person contributes actively, okay? You have to be able to contribute actively because communication is a cycle. It's a cycle and it's a two-way process. What do we mean by that? When we say communication, there is always a sender and a receiver. And it's a cycle because once the sender sends out the message, the receiver will react to it. And from that reaction, the messenger should have to check if that person received it correctly. So it's a cycle. So you have to be able to contribute actively because if you're only talking to yourself, if you only have the information to yourself, then that's not communication, right? So effective communication is passing on message. Now, like what we say, like I said on this discussion, we will be focusing on the how because that's competence. So how will you be communicatively competent? How will you have this communication competence? So when you communicate, here are my tips. First thing, number one, you have to know your purpose. Okay? Why are you communicating with the person? Do you want the person to know the information only? Is the information that you're sending a call to action? Do you want the person to do something after that person received the information, right? Or do you want the person to just acknowledge? So you have to identify what's the purpose. Why am I going to say this to that person? Why am I going to send this message? So once you have identified the purpose, you then have to check number two. Know your audience. Know who is the receiver. Okay? So, a simple example. You will be using a different communication tool or, sets of words and set of actions if you are talking to a different kinds of audience. So, you might be using a different kind of communication tactic to a 5-year-old compared to a 21-year-old person. So by knowing your audience, you identify what are the appropriate words that I can use. What words can this person understand? Okay? Kasi sometimes, baka in the office, you are working, or in a workplace, you are using jargons. You're probably using a term that you guys in your team use, but the other department does not use. So you have to identify what word should you use by knowing your audience, right? Number 3, this one is very popular, right? But it's actually the most reiterated when it comes to communication. You have to listen actively. And when we say listen, I think you already know that it's different from just hearing. You know, you might be hearing me talk right now, but actively listening means that you are digesting the message that I'm trying to convey, right? So that's free. Number 4, you have to speak clearly. Make sure that you use the right words. Do not mumble, right? Even even your your family members, you have probably had that experience. Someone in your family or someone from your crowd talks to you in in a way that they are eating their words, or you cannot hear them properly, or you guys are together but they sound choppy. So there, you have to speak clearly, and you have to use number 5, appropriate body language. Okay, this one is well, if you are in a workplace, you have to be sensitive to that. You have to be aware of your body language, because sometimes when someone is talking and in your head you're probably not agreeing to the statement, you might be able to do some gestures that are inappropriate, and in return, when you give your piece of idea, you also have different body language. So you have to be careful with that, because it also amplifies the message that you're sending. Your body language, if your purpose is to inform, then your body language should also be informative. Not that you want a person to be informed about something, but you are facing the other way around when you talk to that person. That's different. So that's important. And lastly, number 6, you have to be approachable. What do we mean when we say approachable? Of course, again, communication is a cycle, okay? It's a two-way process. Once you have sent your message, the receiver will then confirm if they were able to get it correctly, or if they have clarifications or questions. You have to be approachable to confirm, yes, you were able to get my message correctly. Or you have to be approachable in case questions arises. Okay, they will be asking questions. What if paano kapag ganito? Of course, you have to be able to be approachable and welcoming in terms of addressing to those. That way, you will be able to communicate effectively. All right. So I hope I was able to share, you were able to get something from there. So that's communication competence. And it's the first because it's very important. I mean, all relationships, personal, professional, communication is very, very important. Okay. So these tips, you can also use this even if in your personal lives, like know your purpose, who's the person that's going to receive your message, how are you going to use your words, something like that. Okay. So that's communication competence. Now let's move on to the second competency. The second competency is critical thinking. Critical thinking means analyzing information to make better judgment and decisions. So actually, guys, you might not be noticing it, pero we do critical thinking almost most of the time, especially women. No, just kidding. So we do critical thinking all the time. You have probably had that when you were choosing your course. Diba? You're considering, what am I good at? What do I want to do? 10 years from now. How do I see myself 10 years from now? If that's my goal, what are the steps that I'm supposed to take? Okay? And this is also, I realized that this is also the reason why we have thesis in college, so that you have to be able to analyze information and make better judgment and draw conclusions. And of course, if you're part of an organization, you make decisions, right? Okay, so again, let's focus on how are you going to um, how are you going to be competent in terms of critical thinking. So what are the steps? Number one, you have to be able to identify the problem, the issue, or the situation. What is the question? You know, I don't know if you remember, if we're solving problems in math, the method that was taught to us way back grade school days, grade 1, grade 2, what is the problem, or what is asked? Number 2, what are the given facts, right? So you get, what do you add? Something like that. So that's actually, as early as that, we're already practicing critical thinking. So identify the problem, identify the issue, identify the situation. Does the situation require a solution? Does the situation, is the situation good? We have to continue it. We have to enhance it. We have to maintain it. Identify what is the goal. Second is create inferences, or create the list of why there is that problem. So for example, you're addressing a problem. The next thing that you have to check is, why is that problem arising? Okay? So, ano ba yung most common na example? I cannot think of one right now. Pero, for example, simple lang. Let's choose something simple at home. Say for example, you're out to have lunch. Pagtingin mo sa saingan, walang kanin, there's no rice. So what's the situation? I'm hungry now and there's no rice. That's the problem. Then the next question that's gonna be popping up into your head is, why is that? A, walang nagsaing. B, madaming kinain si kuya. So you have to identify what happened, right? And once you have that, and it happens as fast as that, pero of course in a workplace, you have to be more thorough. Once you have collected information, that's the situation. What's the information? The next information that you're gonna need, meron bang bigas? Meron bang gaas? Kung meron nun, then pwede akong magsaing. Something like that, right? What information's available? What are the resources available? And then from there, you organize your thoughts. You organize your thoughts, you organize your data. So the example I gave is simple. But say for example, you're making a new product for your new store and you want it to be a hit on sales, right? You have to identify, according to statistics, according to data, sino ang mga bibili nito? Gaano nila kadalas to binibili? So something like that. It's important that you have to go through data because it will help you to not be to not be subjective rather in making decisions. Kasi as people, as human, 'di ba? We also have emotions. Sometimes we already have things in our mind or in our heart that we want to happen. Pero if you check the data, or if you check it with the general information, existing data and all, then this is the choice. It keeps you to be objective when you check on the data and you critically think what would be the best solution to an item. Okay? And then once you have all that, you have to make now your decision, your conclusion, and execute. Okay, you have to execute that so that, okay, I have found out that this is the problem and this is what I did. I executed this solution, but it does not stop there. Not because you already executed the solution, tapos na, right? You also have to then check if the solution that we have used is effective. So how do you do that? You go back to step 1. What's the situation? We administered this solution. What happened? So it is a cycle. And through that, of course, organizations grow and improve. So imagine, from my experience as a recruiter, we do face-to-face interviews. But then the pandemic happened. So maraming candidates. There are a lot of applicants because there were people who lost their job during that time. However, though, we cannot meet face to face. They cannot go to our recruitment center, and we cannot go to the recruitment center as well to interview them because, there's social distancing, there are protocols. So what can be done? And from there, we had to think of a way. How can we reach them? Okay, most of the people have phones, so we can probably call them. And then things have evolved from there. And it's not only in the recruitment field. Almost all the industries now have adapted to virtual processes, right? And virtual communication. So that's how we evolve using the data, the facts, critical thinking that we have. Okay? So there. Critical thinking, that's very important. So the skill is, you might say, I have critical thinking skills, but how do you apply that? That's the thing that we have discussed a while ago. All right? So we're down to two. So communication, critical thinking. Let's go to the third one. The third one is resourcefulness. For you to be successful in a workplace, you have to also be competent by being resourceful. Being resourceful means adopting to not a can do. Yes, I can do it, but will do at any cost attitude. And being willing to think way outside the box in order to get the job done. So, 'di ba? Basic. So kaya, 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 kakayanin. So, 'di ba? There's a difference between the two. Yes, kaya ko 'yan. Pero yung second, posibleng hindi ko kaya pero kakayanin ko. That's resourcefulness, right? So when we say resourcefulness, sometimes kasi we associate this with, for example, walang ball pen. How do I get a ball pen? If something is not available, how are we going to produce that to be able to get by? Or if not produce the actual item, what's the alternative solution? That's resourcefulness, right? Now, how are you going to be competent in terms of being resourceful? Number one, okay, you have to be open-minded. Okay? Kaya 'di ba, yung mga what do you call that, networking company, they ask you, are you open-minded? Why? Because you have probably attacked your financial situation this way, but there is another way. So you have to be open-minded. Again, well, what I'm trying to say is you have to be open-minded to new solutions, not because it's new, not because it's not yet tried, it will never work. You have to be open to that, right? Pero of course, if you're open-minded to a new solution, you also have to study it. You go back to critical thinking. Okay, so ito yung bagong solusyon na hindi pa ginagawa ng iba. Ano ba yung sitwasyon? Ano ba yung problema? So you go back to critical thinking. So in a way, these competencies are linked to each other, right? So, be open-minded. You have to be able to think outside the box. Sabi nga dito sa ating definition, outside the box. Hindi porkit hindi pa nagagawa, hindi magiging effective. You have to also check if it's feasible. Next is you have to think creatively. That is somehow related to what I said a while ago. Baka kasi, things are changing. The times are changing. Even medium of, from way back, from my time, I don't like you to guess my age, but from my time, when we do researches, we go to the library and open a ton of books and try to, go browse pages and try to really we don't have screenshots then. So we line up at a photocopy machine and we get our pages photocopied, right? But times have changed now. There are so many ways now to do that activity, right? You guys can go search the internet, you can interview people virtually even if they're not here in the Philippines. So the times have changed already. So you have to be creative. Do not just settle on, oh, this is what we used to do. So workplace kasi sometimes there are situations wherein you don't want to go outside the box because you want it to be safe. But if we want to move on and go on, we have to also be creative, right? take action now or be proactive. If you have thought of a solution coming from, data gathering, and you were able to discuss this with your team, you already have that. Do not wait for the next 2 months, or do not, it depends on the need, but if you can do it as soon as possible, then do it. And lastly, never give up. Okay? So like I said a while ago, dun sa critical thinking, no, once you have applied the solution, you go back to step one. What happened after applying the solution? Was it successful? Was it not successful? If it's successful, why? If it's not successful, why? It's the same with resourcefulness. Not all that we do will work, but not all that we do will not work. So you don't give up. You don't just stop there. You, if your solution, if the solution that you have um, placed is not effective, what are you going to do to make it effective? What are the reasons that made it not effective? So you don't give up, you check from there, and then you develop a new one. If your solution is a good one and it worked, okay, it worked wonders. So congratulations to you if that happens, right? But you don't stop there. That's already good. How are you going to improve it? What are the reasons that made it successful? And how are you going to make that solution a long-term solution? Something like that. So you never give up, you never stop at that solution, you become resourceful, and you check for other means to address a problem. Okay? So that's resourcefulness. Next, let's go to the fourth one. The fourth one is commercial awareness, which means staying up to date with marketing trends and technical advances related to your industry and business. So this is very important. Like I have always been saying a while ago, no, times have changed, medium of instruction change, medium of communication change. Dati, when your family who is from abroad calls, remember you gather everyone on the landline, di ba? Call everyone, call your tito and tita, because this is a long distance call from other country. Pero right now we have messenger now, and we can even see the person through video. So times change. So you have to also be able to be up to date with the trends. Kasi tradition is good, but what's in right now may not be in tomorrow. So like in fashion, diba? That's a very basic example. Like in fashion, bell bottoms are in, and then skinny jeans are in, and then ball bottoms again. So you have to stay up to date with the marketing trends. Now, how are you going to do that? Again, since we're talking about competencies, let's go to the how. How are you going to do that? Number one, read newspapers, read sources of news. Okay? Wag puro Facebook. Well, there's nothing bad about Facebook though, but there are sites that filters information. Okay, there are credible sites that filters news information. So you go ahead and check what is available to you. What do you think is credible depending on the information that you need to get? Okay.
Humahaba yung mga daliri ko.
Next is watch or listen to news channel. So, again, news channels, manood tayo ng mga news there. Keep an eye on the market. Parang, di ba, recently, again, example, bell bottoms are in, skinny jeans are in. Ano ba yung in right now? And then, the demographics. You have to know who is your target market. So, for example, if your industry sells clothes, you have to identify sino ba yung target nating market, 'di ba? If you're selling clothes for kids, are you selling clothes for girls, for ladies, for men? What do they want to wear? What's useful to them? You have to identify that too. And of course, always check on your check on your data. It's always important that you check on your data, your statistics, so that you will be able to also again draw new solutions and new decisions. That's commercial awareness. Okay, we're down to the fifth competency that I'm going to discuss right now. There are actually more, but let me focus on this five. The last one is teamwork. Okay, so it's important that you are a good team player, right? What is teamwork? Teamwork is the ability to work with others towards a shared goal, participating actively and sharing responsibilities and, of course, rewards. So, when we say teamwork, you have probably had an experience. You work with your teammates for a certain project, certain assignment, and then you have experienced how it is being part of, working on a project, not just by yourself. Okay? Now, this one is very easy. So let me go through the how. How are you going to be a good team worker? Very easy, but sometimes you also have to recap, right? So first is you have to understand your role. So if you, example, you guys are probably working on your thesis. Who will be interviewing who will be working on the questionnaire or the survey, who will be editing the final report or the final write-up. You identify your roles, and you as a member of the team, you have to acknowledge and know what is your role, what does the team expect from you. Okay, if if your team expects you to say, for example, uh write the introduction part of the thesis. If your team is expecting you to write the introduction part of the thesis, and that is your role, you have to be able to deliver that, because you have already divided your task. If you do not do your role or your part, then something on the paper will be missing, right? So number one, acknowledge your role. So when you get to be a part of the team, that's one of the things that team leaders discuss with you. As part of this team, you will be able to do this and this and that, so that you would know that also what you do is important, because it's part of what the whole team is going to deliver, right? Second is welcome collaboration. Of course, if you're not only working, by yourself, you have to welcome collaboration. You have to welcome ideas. You have to get help if you need help. Ask for help if you need help. Lend help if someone needs help. Collaborate. There are people who have ideas that you haven't thought of, and you have ideas that they haven't thought of, and probably if you mix that together, you'll be able to create something amazing, right? Next, hold yourself accountable. So like from the example I gave you a while ago, say for example, your role in your team is to write the introduction part of your thesis, and you were not able to do it because of certain situations that we cannot probably control. It's out of your control. You were so busy, you had a problem with your computer, you were not able to write the introduction part. You have to be accountable. You have to tell your team, guys, you inform the team what's going on. I haven't done it yet, but I will make sure to do it tonight. I am going to be accountable for this part of the task, okay? I won't end up putting blames. Kasi sabi ko, hindi ako magaling sa introduction. Nilagay niyo ko dyan. O ngayon, hindi ko pagawa. Diba? Ikaw pa nanisi. Ikaw na hindi nakagawa. So you have to be accountable for your part of the work in your team. Next is be flexible. Say for example, you're already done with your introduction piece. You're already done with your work. Now you have to be flexible to help out other members of the team. Probably someone is having a hard time doing the survey, or probably having a hard time printing the documents. You have to be able to lend a hand. That's how teamwork works. It's not only that you are being helped, but you also help out other members. And lastly, your positive attitude helps out in making the teamwork better. If you keep frowning all the time, if you're always negative about the output of your project, then it will affect the morale, it will affect the aura of the team, the feelings, and of course, they're also their outlook as well might be affected if you are thinking negatively. So you have to be thinking positively, and you have to be, encouraging your teammates. Say, for example, you guys are already very tired, staying up late over a project, or you have been pushing limits for the past couple of days now, then it's also your responsibility to, make the environment, or the outlook of your team different. Courage, kaya natin to, laban lang, we're almost there, 'di ba? Say for example, you have to deliver say 10 pages of a paper or a report. Instead of frowning, ba yan, 5 pages pa lang nagagawa natin, anong petsa na? Ba? You can also say it another way. 5 pages na tayo, 5 na lang, way to go team. Konti na lang, we'll get there. Okay? So that's a good example as well. Now, again, just to recap, communication competence, critical thinking, resourcefulness, market awareness, and teamwork. Those are the 5 things that you guys, well, it's a start. You need to be competent on so that you'd be successful in the workplace. So that's my presentation for today, unless you guys have questions.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Tracy. So guys, pabigyan naman si Ma'am Tracy ng isang virtual clap. Okay, Ma'am, ayan na po. Okay, may tanong po ba tayo kay Ma'am Tracy?
Thank you, everyone.
Well, pwede raw po magtanong and you can raise your hands or you can use a Zoom chat para po sa inyong questions. May tanong po ba? Wow, mukhang palakpakan. Guys, may tanong ba? Pwede daw magtanong. Mukhang walang tanong. Okay, so alam ko, can you type number 1 if marami kayong natutunan and you will be willing to let go na si Ma'am Tracy para makabalik na siya sa kanyang trabaho. Okay, pa-type naman guys yung 1. Ayan, ma'am, nag-uumpisa na sila. Yung iba yata is nag-iisip pa kung ile-let go ka o nag-iisip ng tanong. Diba? Konti pa lang, oh. Okay, so ma'am, in behalf of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, maraming salamat and I hope mas makasama ka uli namin sa iba pang career development webinar well as the BXI mismo po. So, maraming salamat ma'am and alam ko na maraming natutunan ng aming mga estudyante and thank you for sharing your expertise and time and attending this webinar po. Maraming salamat PXI at maraming salamat Miss Tracy.
Thank you so much everyone. Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you ma'am. Bye-bye po. Okay. So guys, punta na tayo sa ating next speaker. Okay, before ko sila introduce, let's watch muna the AVP of Red Elsevier.
Reed Elsevier Philippines provides quality services to all Relics Group divisions worldwide. It started its operations last 2010. As the business matured through the years, so does our company's vision and mission. Equipped with comprehensive training and leading technology, our vision is to be the center of excellence with uniquely branded culture, engaged talent, and leading technology. Our mission is to help customers gain insights and achieve results in faster, more effective ways. We support our business partners with services that deliver innovative solutions, superior outcomes, and exceptional customer experience which is aligned with our employee value proposition, valuing what matters to all our unique customers.
In 2014, we launched our employee value proposition, and that is valuing what matters. We value what matters to our employees by acknowledging that our professional, engaged, and fun people are at the heart of our success as an organization. We value customers by putting them in the center of everything that we do, helping them to gain insights and achieve results in faster and more effective ways. We value our stakeholders providing them with services that deliver innovative solutions, superior outcomes, and exceptional customer experience.
We provide exceptional customer experience and contribute to help our organization become the center of excellence with uniquely branded culture, engaged talents, and leading technology. We value our people and customers. Their hard-won loyalty is important to us. We commit to provide our customers the quality service they deserve by having the passion for winning. We practice boundarylessness by making every experience uniquely REPH through teamwork and collaboration with our customers across different industries around the world. We promote customer focus by putting our customers in the center of every decision we make, and we continuously find innovative ways to exceed their expectations.
As we now fully embrace the challenge of creating an effortless customer experience, all of us here in Reed Elsevier Philippines, regardless of division or function, must contribute to improving the customer experience because everything we do impacts our customers. We all own the customer experience in every customer touchpoint and every step of our customer's journey. Our global CX vision is to provide our customers with an effortless customer experience. This depends on every one of us as REPH employees, as well as RELX team members. You are the customer experience.
Okay, so to discuss about future-ready career and multinational company, our industry partner is a world-leading provider of professional information solution and science and medical, legal, and risk management and business-to-business sector. So let's welcome Mr. Leo Mamba and Miss Light Puelo of Red Elsevier, Philippines. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Jane. So, before I provide, before I give you to our speakers, Sky and Leo, let me give you a brief background of who Reed Elsevier Philippines is. So, let me share my presentation for a while. Hang on. Okay, can you see it now already?
Yes, ma'am. Visible po.
Thank you so much. So yeah, again, a good afternoon, PUPN. Hope everyone is having a great time today. So on behalf of Reed Elsevier Philippines, we are grateful for this webinar invitation and very glad to virtually meet everyone today. So my name is Rachel. I am an HR generalist in Reed Elsevier Philippines and a proud PUPN too. So Reed Elsevier Philippines was established here in our country under our parent company, RELX. So RELX is a global provider of information-based analytics and decision tools for professional and business customers. And it serves customers in more than 180 countries and has offices in about 40 of them. So way before the World Wide Web took over, Reed Elsevier has already published books and maintained a rich database for the improvement of lives and businesses. So we help scientists make new discoveries, lawyers win cases, doctors save lives, and insurance companies offer customers lower prices. So we also save taxpayers and consumers money by preventing fraud and help executives forge commercial relationships with their clients. So our products are the rich content that we provide to our customers. And in short, we enable our customers to make better decisions, get better results, and be more productive. So on this next slide, we show you our four market segment. First is Elsevier. It focuses on the scientific, technical and medical side of the business. It also provides information and analytics that helps institutions and professionals progress science in advanced healthcare and improve performance. Next is we have LexisNexis. So it is the legal arm of the business. It is a leading global provider of legal, regulatory, and business information and analytics that help professional customers make more informed decisions, increase productivity, and serve their clients better. And then we have LexisNexis Risk, a risk solutions group, the third market segment of our company. It provides customers with solutions and decision tools that combine public and industry specific content, assisting them in evaluating and predicting risks and enhancing operational efficiency with advanced technology and analytics. And lastly, sorry. And yeah, lastly, I'm sorry for that. We have Read Exhibition. So exhibition is the world's leading events business. So it continuously enhancing the power of face-to-face through data and digital tools at over 500 events in more than 30 countries, attracting more than 7 million participants. So a little trivia for you, for everyone here in the call. If you're familiar with Comic Con, that's a famous annual pop convention about comics, graphic novels, video games, and more. So if you're familiar with that, exhibitions is the team behind those big events, and as well as if you're a fan of film festivals, Cannes Film Festival is also organized by Read Exhibitions. So we hope that that makes you wonder about our company. So my last slide is our offices in the Philippines before I give you to our speakers. So our first office in the Philippines was opened in early 2011. It is located in UP Ayala Land Techno Hub, and due to growth demand, a second site was established in Iloilo back in early 2015 to, of course, further enhance business continuity. So it is located in Iloilo Business Park. So actually, that's about it. Providing you brief background about our organization, Read Elsevier Philippines. So thank you so much again for the invitation, and we are very glad to meet all of you virtually. So I'm now giving you the virtual floor to our first speaker from Read Elsevier Philippines to discuss future-ready careers in multinational organizations. Sky Pueyo. Thank you so much.
Hi. Thank you, Miss Rachel. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. So I'll be discussing future-ready careers in a multinational organization. But before that, let me introduce myself. Miss Rachel, please, next slide, please. Okay, so I'm Shikaina Light Pueyo, but you can call me Sky to keep it simple and to make our lives easier. So I'm one of the operations supervisors of Read Elsevier Philippines. And as to my education background, I'm a graduate of two majors. I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Laws. And for my pre-law, I graduated Bachelor of Arts, major in Political Science, minor in Psychology. And I got these courses, or I finished these courses from Central Philippine University in Iloilo City. Yes, I am an Ilongga and I am from Iloilo City. So as for my experience and exposure, I have 7 years of experience in human resource management, 5 years in teaching, and 11 years and counting in leadership. So as for my REPH journey, Miss Rachel, next slide, please. So I started as legal editor in 2015, as I was one, I was one of the pioneer legal editors of LexisNexis UK professional support lawyer team. Then after 2 years, I got promoted to operations supervisor. Then after that, I've been involved with different learning and development programs in REPH. So I'm a graduate of Read Elsevier Leadership Academy in September 2017. I finished as well subject matter expert training academy in 2018, and I am a recipient of Outstanding Presentation Award. I finished my Agile Associate certification in 2021. Then last year, I am the recipient of Servant Leadership Award. And for this year, what kept me busy for this year is that I am the EE champ for our Iloilo Sites division, which is our publishing and editorial operations division. And at the same time, I am the talent acquisition operations partner for editorial field. Then currently, I'm enrolled in Relix Networks mentorship, and I am being mentored by HR director for Australia. So, and on my personal side, guys, I'm a mother of a 22-year-old son, and I have been married for 23 years and counting. So that's enough about me. So maybe I think everybody is all set for our discussion for this time. All right, so maybe we're ready for the next slide, Miss Rachel. All right, thank you for that. So I'll be discussing with you guys the skill set that you will be gaining when you're going to graduate from a university, as you can see, and then how will it match to our EPH career opportunities. As you can see on your left side, there is a list of items of the skill set that you will be gaining, or I think you have already gained this already when you graduate. So first one is your ability to communicate, either written or verbal. You become a critical thinker because you already love analyzing things or circumstances around you. You become keen to details and very eager to learn because you always wanted to have the best quality of your work. Then you become collaborative and sociable because you were exposed, and I think you are exposed to all organizations or affiliations available within your reach, either both within or outside your university. Diba tama, guys? These are the skills that you will be gaining or you have gained already while studying in university. Tama po ba? Right? Can I get a reaction? Maybe a heart or a clap from the audience? Yan, I could see heart. Thank you for that. Yes, so those are the skill set that you have when you graduate or when you are studying in a university. Now, the question is, how will that skill set match with the REPH career opportunities that we have? So in our division, the publishing and editorial operations, we have content roles, we have legal and content editor roles. So if you notice, both of these roles, they have similarities. The duties and responsibility are proofreading, research, and communication, right? Um, so as for legal, the only difference there is that the legal editor, it requires writing skills because of the fact that in certain processes that they have, they are writing law journals or yes. So that's why in this post, a law graduate is a must. And for content editor, proofreading, research, and communication, I think for a university student or a graduate of a university, all of these three are already, you have that or you have them with you. Those are the skill set that you already have. So it means that when you graduate, the skill set, the salient skill set that you have is already a match to our REPH career opportunities. Do you agree, guys? Do you have this skill set? Can I have a reaction, please? Do you agree? Yes, thank you for that reaction. All right. So, okay. So, for example, you have already graduated and you have applied to read Elsevier and we accepted you in our company. Then what's next? Ano ba, hanggang dun na lang ba yung career natin? Is that all there is? That's the question, right? But it doesn't stop there, guys. That would lead us to our next slide, Miss Rachel. So what Reed Elsevier can offer you when we accept you as our employee? So we do not stop in giving you a career. Reed Elsevier will mold you to become the professional that you want to be in ev- in every aspect that, or in every field that you want, right? Okay, so in what sense that Reed Elsevier will hold you to be a better individual? uh, in our company we have several learning programs, or a lot, actually there are a lot of learning programs that we have, that but I'll be discussing with you only some of the many learning programs and opportunities that we're going to offer you. The first one that I'll be discussing is about RELA, that's Reed Elsevier Leadership Academy. So this type of academy is for individuals who are into leadership and who aims to be leaders later, or who aim to be leaders later on. Then for RETA, we call it Reed Elsevier Technical Academy. So this one is for individuals who are inclined for technology and automation. Then we have SMETA, or the SME Training Academy. SME stands for Subject Matter Expert. So this training academy is for individuals who would like to impart knowledge, who are passionate in teaching or training others. So those are the only few of the many academies that we have in our APH. And aside that, from that, we have also certification in Agile, process excellence, and automation fundamentals. So it means when you are part of the REPH family, guys, it doesn't stop there. You become better individuals. We try to mold you into better individuals in the field that you would like to have in the future. So I guess that's it for my topic. And if should you have other questions later on, feel free to raise them after the discussion. But in the meantime, I'll be handing you over to Leo. So Leo is going to discuss with you some tips after graduation. Sir Leo, the virtual floor is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Sky. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a reaction? At least while I know that everyone can hear me. Hello? Anybody? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Sorry for that. So, good afternoon again, everyone. So, from what I've heard in the talk a while ago, you have been bombarded with a lot of information, and you must be quite exhausted with hearing a lot of tips and guides to help you in your life after graduation. So, could you please go to the next slide? So just to introduce myself, I'm Leonardo Sideco Mamba Jr., but everybody calls me Leo in the office. Previously, my real nickname, by the way, is Boy, B-O-Y. But the foreigners we worked with were quite uncomfortable with my name, so I had to use a more formal name, Leo, so that we could communicate better. So I am a graduate of law, and I have had plenty of experience working in different fields, like in the foreign. I've been a foreign exchange agent. I've worked in Malacanang in the office of the president, and I've worked in a law office. I have worked in our family farm and our family business. And when I worked in REPH here, I started off as a legal editor. And after 2 years, I was promoted as an operations supervisor. And I have been an operations supervisor for the past 7 years. So as for any personal information about myself. I'm a father of two. I have a son and a daughter. And my wife is a company lawyer for Holcim Philippines, but she was recently promoted to the head of internal audit. And my personal creed is appreciate everything. Yes, that's quite a mouthful, but please, let's go on. Okay, so to my understanding, you're all third year and fourth year students here. Is that correct? Can I get a reaction from our fourth year students here? Who are the fourth year students? Okay, well, in any case, I guess you are now quite eager graduating and moving forward to the next phase of your life. And as such, there are a lot of things that might be going through your mind, like what am I to do now? Can we go to the next slide, please? So first off, you should understand that graduation is, I guess you already know this, but many of you, at least in my experience, especially those when we hire fresh grads in our company, they don't realize that it's a start. After graduation, it's another start. They understand it's a start, don't get me wrong, but they don't realize it is a start. Ika nga ng aking paboritong professor noon, nauunawaan mo nga, pero naiintindihan mo ba? Naiintindihan mo ba, pero nasasamsam mo ba? Nasasamsam mo ba, pero nauurok mo ba? So there are levels of understanding whenever you are confronted with the situation. And the best way to move forward is to appreciate your situation completely. And now, when you graduate, it will be a new beginning for you. And just like any other beginning, you have to know where you are and where you need to get going. Okay, so could you please go to the next slide? So now, here are the common challenges which I personally saw, in the fresh grads who came to our company. And even in my relatives, my nieces, some my younger cousins. So there are three main groups of problems or challenges that they face: confusion, competition, and cost. In confusion, most of fresh graduates don't know what they really want. They don't know where they want to go. Should they pursue further education? Should they go to work right away? If they will go to work, what kind of work will they do? Some may know what they want, but they don't know how to get it or how to get there. They don't know how to start. So that's another challenge. And worse still, there are those who feel they're nowhere. They feel like they don't belong where they are, wherever they go. And that's one of the most challenging situations you can find yourself in. Other challenges that they face are in competition. Many don't realize the level of competition they're going in when they try to find work. And so they become picky in finding work, like, I know the salary is too low. I know it's too far. I know that's not in line with my degree. I know I don't feel the company. Those are the kinds of thoughts that run in their mind. And these become blockers in their progress. Also, many jump into roles that they think they can do, but realize later on that they are not ready for. So they haven't earned their badges yet when they accept a job or accept a role. And this happens to even those who have already some work experience. I've seen this in our company, and I've seen this in my previous work areas that I've been to. People accepting positions they are not ready to do. And then there's the cost. Many don't realize the cost of losing time. Many fresh graduates decide, oh, I'll take a break for a year or two before finding a job. Oh, I will just, I'll take my time finding the perfect job for myself. And others don't realize the cost of not doing anything, just staying at home, being a bum for a few months, and not really improving on themselves. Even when they already get a job, they just go through the paces of working the day, going home, and getting paid. And then there are those who have very unrealistic expectations. They want the perfect job right away, that when they go into an office, the office will provide them everything that they need, that they will be promoted right away, that their salaries will increase astronomically without any extra effort on their part. So these are the challenges that face fresh graduates most of the time, or relatively fresh graduates. So I hope you will understand these challenges before you jump into the workforce. Okay. And does anybody else have any other challenges that they would like to share? Anyone? Any brave soul out there? Or are there no brave souls in PUP? Just kidding. Anyone? Okay, that's all right. May we move to the next slide, please? So here are some tips and guides for you in helping you along in your journey as fresh graduates. First off, know yourself. Have goals. Your short-term goal, your mid-term goal, and your long-term goal. It's hard to get to where you want to be if you don't know where you want to be. That's the importance of having a goal. You'll know if you're improving, if you're moving forward, when there is a destination. If you don't have a destination, you'll never know if you are improving or if you are getting to a better place or not. And if you don't have a clear goal in mind, what you can do is to have a clear picture of what you want at the end. This is a simple practice I ask my team whenever we have our coaching sessions, and many of them, even 1 or 2, 3 years already in their position and doing well, mind you, they still don't know where they want to really go. And the practice that I ask them or tell them to do is to first imagine it's already the last week of your life. You will die by the end of the week. And now you're looking at the things that you have, the things you have accomplished. So what is it that you have? Do you have a big house? Do you have a small house? Are you living in an apartment? Do you have a car? Do you have several cars? Do you have a regular car? Do you have a sports car, a luxury car? Who are the people around you? Are you married? Do you have kids? Are they graduates? Do they have jobs? Simply imagine the last week of your life and imagine that you are fulfilled, you are happy, and you are ready to face your maker. And you won't have any fears or regrets facing your maker at the end of the week. Imagine everything that you have and that you are happy with what you have. So now that would be your temporary goal. Whatever you do while you are still starting, let that be the end goal. Let that be your finish line. So whenever you make decisions, whenever you do something, just think, will this action lead me closer to that end goal? If the answer is yes, then move forward. Go ahead, take that chance. If the answer is no, then I think you should be avoiding that action that you're about to take. Okay. I hope you understand that. Next is know your limitations. Now, a while ago, one of the speakers said you must have do anything at any cost. I don't mean to say that they are wrong in that belief, but I think you should be careful in that belief because there are limitations to the things that you can do and cannot do. At any cost is a very steep, slippery slope statement. There are costs that you will not bear to pay. So you should be careful at the cost that you pay in getting the things that you want and accomplishing the goals that you have to accomplish. Next, get ahead, start early. Even now that you are still in school, start looking for the roles or the positions or the companies you would like to apply for. It's never too early to look for positions and jobs. Now, they may not be available by the time that you apply, but it will give you an idea of what's around there for you. It will give you an idea of the opportunities that are available. And if possible, even before graduating, you can already send your prepare your resumes or your curriculum vitae and send them right away. This will give you an early start. This will give you a better opportunity or better chances of getting noticed and getting a job before your peers. Learn to self-invest. Graduating from your course does not mean that you are masters of your course. Those are just learning your ABCs. When you graduate from political science, that does not make you a master of political science. You just know, or you have been certified to have passed the course, but there are still a lot of things that you can still build on. Like for any other course, like engineering, being a graduate of law, accounting, the real lessons come when you start working, and you will know that what you learned in college is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. Next, know the difference of a curriculum vitae and a resume. Anybody knows the difference? Any brave soul who would like to share their thoughts? Okay. Well, first off, the difference is a resume is short. It's just a quick look at what you have or what you have to offer to a company. While a curriculum vitae is much longer. It is a detailed account of what you've accomplished, what experiences you've had, what educational attainment you've completed, and it also includes your grades, all the accomplishments that you've had. So why is it important to know when the difference between CV and the resume? It's because when you submit them and you tell the company about yourself, many times I have seen employees or applicants give their resume and it's stated there at the top, curriculum vitae, and yet it's a resume, and vice versa. And that's not a good way to present yourself to a company. It means you're using words you don't understand. Okay. Next. Just this. Don't restrict yourself to your degree. Your degree only says that you've accomplished this educational milestone, but that does not mean that's the only thing you can do. In the teams I've handled in our company, I've had a lot of different types of graduates. I've had nurses, I've had teachers, I've had graduates of chemical engineering, I've had graduates of philosophy, I've had graduates of literature. Okay, so they've been they come from all sorts of backgrounds, and yet when they applied for a content editor job in our company. So don't limit yourself to your degree. There's a lot more you can do than your degree. And most of the time, if you will see in companies, the requirement is just any 4-year, a graduate of any 4-year course, because what we're looking for is your accomplishment in education. It means you've learned or you know how to accomplish things. You know how to get through some challenges, and you have endeavored to complete the basics in college education. Next, get connected. You know, if you have friends or families or already working or have connections in companies, get connected with them, know them, see what opportunities are there for you. Okay, don't limit yourself to job searches. There are a lot more opportunities there if you know how to use the connections that you have. Finally, build your brand. Starting now, even while you are students, start building your brand or how you want people to see you. I've had people come in our interviews looking sloppy. Yes, they're wearing their suit, they're wearing their tie, but they're not clean shaven, or their hair is a mess, or their nails are dirty. Not to insult anyone or to belittle someone, but these are signs about your personality, about how well you keep yourself. If you are a neat person, are you an organized person? Do you take into consideration the situation that you're in? Are you the type of person that uh, fixes yourself, or do you just let yourself go and be a mess wherever you go? Okay, so take care of your brand. Next, avoid waste. Okay, get work, and work before play. Same thing in school. Before you go do your parties and your fun, make sure everything is done, because those wastes that you do early on will come after you in the later times of your life. You will waste some time and you will pay for it uh, while getting a job. I promise you that. Next, live within your financial lane. A lot of the graduates or fresh graduates that we've had and new hires, they get so excited with their pay and let loose, you know. At the end of the day, even just a week after getting their pay, they're already complaining or can't wait for the next pay because they've already burned through their current pay. So live within your financial lane, because you'll never know when emergencies come and you will need to be stable when those arrive. And here, just like in what I said a while ago, to get connected, here, use your connections. Don't waste your connections. Don't waste the assets that you have at hand. Make use of them so that you will maximize your chances at getting a good work or a good chance at stabilizing yourself. Finally, learn to appreciate. You know, appreciate means to put value at things or to evaluate the value of things. So understand the value of everything around you. What is the value that your opportunities presented have in your life? Appreciate the value of your friends. Appreciate the value of the company that you are applying to. Appreciate the value of your parents, your family in contributing to your life and to your opportunities. You know, understand that, because many people create a lot of wastes because they don't appreciate the things that they have. And when you appreciate things, when you understand the value of things, you will learn how to prioritize everything. Of course, you should always prioritize the things that are valuable to the least and avoid those not valuable or even detrimental things that are surrounding you. Next slide, please. So here's a bonus tip for you in regard to interviews. A lot of you should prepare for interviews even before you apply. And a part of that interview are your resumes and curriculum vitae. You should take these seriously, and be mindful of the appearance and of your resume, especially with regard to the position you are applying for. Should you, for example, apply for an editorial position, you should be careful to not have any grammar or spelling issues in your resume, because that is not a good sign for an editor. There have been many times where I have interviewed applicants and I have grilled them on their resumes because there's a lot of wrong spelling, wrong grammar, and inconsistent formatting. So it's not a good sign to show the company. Don't be complacent in using the templates for resumes. Be sure to make your resume resonate with the position you're applying for. Okay. In interviews, be honest and don't use descriptive words in your resume or in your speech that you cannot back up. Many times in resumes, I see people use the word proficient, and the next time they will use good, and then knowledgeable, and then expert. And then I would ask them, okay, why these different adjectives? What makes you proficient? What makes you an expert? And then they cannot answer, or their answers does not make sense. So this goes to show that they are not taking their resumes seriously. And it also shows that they're not taking their application seriously. So you have to be consistent in everything. In your resumes, put only the things that you can defend or the things that you can prove that are really your qualities, okay? And that are relative to the position you're applying for. Because I'll be honest with you, I have seen resumes with things like lead of the choir, or singer in this contest, or winner of this school program, some things like that. We don't really care about those things, to be honest. What we care about is your capability and your character. And part of that is, should you pass the screening process and be scheduled for interviews, know that if you've already completed the test and are in the interview, we have already considered your competence in doing the job. Since you've passed the test and are now in the interview, we know that at the very least, you can be trained to do the job. What's important in the interview is seeing your character. Who is this person? What can he contribute to the team? Is this person real? Is this person reliable? Is this person honest? Those are the things that we try to see during interviews. So keep that in mind when you are in the interview. There have been many times where I catch applicants lying during the interview. Like I would ask them, what books have you read? And then they would say a lot of books. And then, unfortunately, I'm also an avid book reader. So some of the books that they mentioned, I've also read. And then I would ask them about that, and they have nothing to answer. So be careful at what you put in your resumes and take the interview seriously. Not so serious that you will become so stiff and don't know what to say. But the best way to prepare for an interview is to go through interviews. Practice interviews. Have fun interviewing your friends, have a practice run. So you will have a more relaxed state when you come into the actual interviews. So next slide, please. So that's it for me. I hope I've given you some tips that you will find useful. I know some of the things that I've said can be a bit grave, but I promise you all of those are important. You've also probably already heard that from other speakers. And the fact that you have heard them from other speakers and I'm repeating them to you just goes to show how important those things are. Lastly, I would just like to leave you with this statement: ad astra per aspera, or to the stars through adversity. This simply states that if you want to have a better state of life, you have to go through challenges. There is no easy way in getting what you want. There are only two possible ways of getting to a goal easily, or having that dream, of getting that dream job, or getting that opportunity of a lifetime. Number one is you are very, very, very lucky, and luck is not reliable. Number two is you lie, cheat, or steal through in order to get what you want. And that's not something that is advisable as well, though it is a scientific fact that lying, cheating, and stealing will be the fastest and most efficient way of getting some success. It is also quite dangerous, and it can lead to your ruin quite quickly. So whenever you face challenges, whenever you face adversity, know that is the norm. That is the norm of life. There will always be challenges and adversities wherever you go. It will never be easy. Whatever company you go to, whatever field of work you want to pursue, there's always challenges. So if you really want to succeed, you have to face those challenges. So that's it for me. I hope I have been helpful to you and did not waste your time. Again, thank you for the opportunity for sharing our company with you. Good. Do you have any questions for us? Any questions at all?
Thank you, sir. So, thank you, sir. So, guys, may question pa po ba tayo kay sir? So, pwede bang bigyan natin si sir ng isang Ayan, alam na nila kung anong sasabihin ko. Isang virtual clap. Okay, so pa-heart emoticons naman, guys. Okay, you can interact with our speaker if you do have questions po. You can post it on our Zoom chat, or you can simply raise your hands to interact with our speaker. For our stream participants naman, you can use the comment section of our Facebook page, doon po sa kung saan tayo naka-live ngayon, para po sa inyong questions, insight, and suggestion, and we will be addressing those questions during this webinar po. Meron pa po ba tayong tanong kay Sir Leo? Okay. So by the way, sir, ang ating mga estudyante ngayon is galing sa College of Business and Administration and galing sa Political Science and Public Administration.
I'm also a graduate of Business Administration.
Apo. Sir, may tanong daw po. May isang nagre-raise ng hand.
Yes.
Sandali lang,
Ano
sir.
yung tanong po?
Okay. From Michelle O'Malley. Michelle?
Hello po. Good afternoon, sir. I'm a graduating student from PUP Main po. I just want to ask if you have an advice specifically for our batch. Kasi personally, I consider our batch as an unlucky batch po. Kasi yung batch po namin, yung first batch of K-12 graduates, and ika nga po ng iba, we are the experimental batch. Nangapa kami, nangapa yung mga professors and teachers namin, even the universities and school na pinasukan namin during senior high school on how the program will be implemented. Secondly, naabutan po yung batch namin ng pandemic. We were at the last semester of second year po nung magka-pandemic. So, we had to shift to online classes po during our third year and fourth year. And honestly speaking, sobrang laking ng knowledge na nakukuha namin during online classes compared to face-to-face classes po. And lastly po, even our internship experiences po, it was all gained through online internship. So nandito po yung pakiramdam na hindi kami handa, yung fear na hindi sapat yung knowledge and experiences po na naging namin ngayong college para mag-work. So I just want to ask lang po if may advice po kayo for our batch po. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that question. And that's a very real question. A lot of people have that challenge, and that's a real challenge. I'm sorry you had to go through that. No, medyo malas nga. But that's the thing. Life happens, and there's nothing we can do about it. The best thing you can do is roll with life. Now, of course, you already know that you had the short end of the straw because of the pandemic and all of these challenges that you faced, but that does not mean that's the end of it all. You know?
Uy, kabayo po sa dag.
Hello? So what I can advise to you is to simply check out what you can do. List down what can you do. You've gone, one thing maybe that you guys don't appreciate is that you've conquered this challenge. For the past 2 years, there were a lot of challenges. And yes, there were limitations. Maybe you feel you're short-handed or that you lack some education. But the fact is, you're graduating. You've gone through this phase of your life. And you can do it again in the next phase. There's a lot of opportunities in companies, especially in our company, not to brag or anything or to oversell, but the most consistent compliment that we receive from our employees in our employee surveys is that our company is the great place for fresh graduates because the work environment is simply good for starters. It's a very caring and nurturing company. I'm not overselling or just, ano ba ito, parang nagpapalapok sa inyo about our company, but it really does nurture our employees. Just like what Sky said a while ago, we have a lot of learning programs. And other companies have that too. So don't sell yourselves short. Go apply, find a job you think you can do. At the very least, everyone is not ready actually when they go into a role. The first time they go into a role. Even me, when I applied for the job, it was the first time for me to do a job like that. But what gave me confidence to move forward is because I know I can learn. Just like you guys, you all graduated through grade school, high school, and now college. That means you know how to learn. And that's the most important skill, knowing how to learn. And with that, you can accomplish most of anything because really, tapatan na lang tayo. No one dreams about becoming a content editor. No one goes to school to become a content editor. Or no one dreams of becoming an account management agent or a customer service representative or whatever. When you apply, at least in our company, what we want to know is if you are trainable. After that, it's up to you if you will learn the role or not. So don't lose hope. Just prepare yourself, open your minds, and be someone who is ready and willing to learn. I think, Sky, do you have something to say or add as well?
Yes. Yes, sir, Leo. I'd like to add. Thank you for sharing your ideas as well. I'd like to add that siguro sometimes if you're a student, you're worried if what's in store for you after graduation, right? If will I be the best person for the job that I'm going to apply for. But actually, guys, I experienced that one. Learning does not limit yourself to the four walls of the classroom. Learning is always outside. The one that I've been telling my editors, the adventure starts outside your comfort zone. That's why I agree with Sir Leo that just be eager to learn. Like in my case, I started actually as a teacher. I graduated from law, but the first job that I landed was teaching. Then I stayed there and then I go up to human resource management and so on and so forth. But when I started with REPH, it's a different experience actually, because when I was in high school, I used to be an editor in chief of our newsletter. But the thing with that experience was that I was not really enjoying proofreading the whole newspaper just to issue for the high school for the whole high school. But actually when I started in REPH, I went back to editing, which was the thing that I dreaded before. And it's a different experience because for me it was education. Then now it's corporate. Until now, I'm still learning. There are many things that I'm learning within REPH. That's why I agree with Sir Leo that we're not really like promoting REPH. But for me and for Sir Leo, REPH has molded us into something better person or professionals that we wanted to be. Until now, I'm learning. Actually, in my previous data or information earlier, I've noted as well that I am enrolled in a mentorship program of LexisNexis, and I'm being mentored by an HR director. So learning, guys, don't feel that okay, we're unlucky. No, you're not. So long as you have the proper skill set, being positive at all possibilities, you're eager to learn, and you're adaptable to changes. So those are the things that maybe you need to really have with you when you are applying for a job or when you are going to work later on, because opportunities, when you do your best, as I have always said to my editors, when you do your best, you do the right thing, blessings will flow. That's it for me. Thank you, guys.
And to just to add lang dun, no, really, education will continue even when you're working. You shouldn't stop learning just because you're graduating. I mean, I've already went through, just like Sky, I went through 4 years of college and then 4 years of law, but still here, and the job in our RBH, where I've been in for 9 years, education still continues. We have a lot of online courses that we are required to complete for our further development in education. There are a lot of opportunities to learn in the company, things to expand your skills and your mindset. So it's really up to you guys, how much growth you want to have. There are a lot of opportunities to learn, a lot of opportunities for personal growth. It's just up to you how much growth you want and how will you apply that growth that you attain. Okay? So, laban lang. Move forward, take a plunge, take the risk. You stand to lose nothing and stand to gain everything. So don't be afraid.
Okay, maraming salamat Sir Ma'am Sky and Sir Leo. Pasensya na kanina ha. Medyo nagulat lang ako. Okay, so meron pa po bang tanong tayo sa ating mga estudyante? Sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska? So wag niyo raw iisipin na dahil lahat virtually ang natutunan nyo ngayon, naka-virtual classroom kayo, ang graduation nyo, virtually din, ang OJT nyo, virtually is less fortunate kayo. Tandaan nyo guys, kayo ang gagawa ng sarili nyong direksyon at alam ko marami kayong kakayahan. So, it's a matter of, saka, by the way, PUPians tayo. Kaya natin yan. Alam nyo yan. Okay. So, in behalf of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Officer, maraming salamat. Maraming salamat, Sir Leo, Ma'am Sky, and Red Elsevier, well as BXI, for sharing your expertise and knowledge regarding for this career development webinar for our kaisko and kaiska. So guys, may tanong po ba tayo kay Sir? Pahit naman ang thumbs up button. Okay. So guys, so sir, wala na yata po, mukhang wala na silang tanong. Ayun sir, congratulations daw po sa ating mga gagraduate ng September 2016. Okay, so nag-hit na sila sir. So maraming salamat po sa pag-share nyo ng expertise and knowledge. So, alam kong maraming natutunan ng aming mga kaisko at kaiska on this session. And I hope to see you soon sa mga susunod pang career development webinar ng Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. So guys, the link of evaluation is already posted at the Zoom chat and the comment section of the PUP Career Center Facebook page. So by the way, I'm Professor Janias Pulma signing off at maraming salamat and I'll see you again on our next webinar. Ito na po ang ating himno ng PUP.
Ikaw taglay, PUP aming kamay.